Right now, you are probably wearing multiple layers of clothing, a shirt, a jacket, maybe a coat, and you still feel cold sometimes. Now imagine this: no clothes, no shelter, no fire, no blanket, nothing. Just your bare skin against a winter that could kill you in hours. This is what ancient humans faced. Not once, not occasionally, every single winter, for hundreds of thousands of years. And they survived. Not just survived, thrived, spread across the entire planet, into environments so cold that modern humans with all their technology still struggle to survive in them today. So how did they do it? The answer is not one thing. It is 5 things, and every single one of them will change how you think about the human body. Let's start with the most obvious one that almost nobody talks about: fat. Not the fat you are trying to lose. The fat that kept your ancestors alive. Early humans were not the lean, athletic figures you see in museums and documentaries. They were stocky, dense, built for cold. The human body stores fat specifically to survive temperature drops. When you get cold, your body does something extraordinary. It activates a special type of tissue called brown adipose tissue, brown fat. Unlike regular fat, which just sits there, brown fat actually burns itself to generate heat. It is your body's internal furnace. And ancient humans had significantly more of it than modern humans do, because modern humans live in heated houses and wear insulated clothing. We never need our brown fat to work hard. But strip away the heating and the clothing and leave a human in the cold for long enough, and something remarkable happens. The brown fat activates. The body begins generating its own heat from the inside. Researchers studying the Ama divers of Korea and Japan, women who dive into freezing ocean water with minimal clothing for hours at a time, found that their bodies had adapted to generate significantly more internal heat than average people. Not because of their clothing, because of their exposure. Ancient humans did not have clothing to protect them, so their bodies adapted to generate the heat themselves. Your body can still do this. You just never give it the chance. The second thing ancient humans did was something so simple it sounds impossible. They huddled. In a group of 20 to 30 people, body heat is a resource. When ancient humans slept, they did not sleep separately. They slept together, pressed against each other, in a pile of bodies generating shared warmth. Studies of modern hunter-gatherer groups in cold climates found that sleeping together in tight groups raised the ambient temperature of the sleeping space by up to 10 degrees Celsius. 10 degrees, just from bodies. No fire needed, no blankets needed, just people pressed together sharing heat. This sounds uncomfortable by modern standards, but modern standards include central heating, individual beds, and insulated houses. Ancient humans had none of that. They had each other, and each other was enough. The third thing is the one that surprises people most: movement. Your body generates heat when it moves. Every muscle contraction produces warmth as a byproduct. Ancient humans in cold climates did not sit still. They moved constantly, foraging, hunting, building, carrying. Not because they enjoyed it, because stopping meant freezing. A moving human body can maintain a core temperature significantly higher than a stationary one, even in extreme cold. Arctic researchers have found that indigenous peoples in the far north can work comfortably in temperatures that would incapacitate a modern sedentary person within minutes. Not because they have better clothing, because their bodies are conditioned to generate and maintain heat through constant movement. The fourth thing ancient humans did is something your body is still doing right now without you knowing it: vasoconstriction. When your body gets cold, it automatically restricts blood flow to your extremities, your fingers, your toes, your ears. It pulls the blood inward, toward your core, toward your vital organs. This is not a malfunction. This is your body making a decision. Better to lose a finger to frostbite than to let your heart stop. Ancient humans had this same response, but theirs was more aggressive, more efficient, more practiced, because their bodies had been dealing with cold for hundreds of thousands of years without any backup systems. No heated rooms to retreat to, no warm drinks to hold. Just the body's own emergency heat management system running at full capacity. And it worked. We know it worked because here you are. Every ancestor you have ever had survived at least one winter. The fifth thing is the most extraordinary of all, and it is the one that connects everything. Shelter. Not buildings, not houses. Not anything we would recognize today. The earliest human shelters were almost nothing. A depression in the ground lined with leaves and grass. A rock overhang that blocked the wind. A pile of branches arranged to break the worst of the cold air. Archaeologists have found evidence of simple windbreaks and sleeping hollows going back hundreds of thousands of years. These structures did not need to be warm. They only needed to be less cold than the open air. And combined with body heat from multiple people huddled together, even a simple windbreak could mean the difference between surviving the night and not. But here is what makes this truly extraordinary. The moment ancient humans started using shelter, something changed in how they thought. Because building even a simple shelter requires planning. You have to look at the landscape and think. This rock will block the north wind. These branches are flexible enough to bend. This depression will keep us below the frost line. You have to think about tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. You have to imagine a future problem and solve it in the present. Researchers now believe that the cognitive demands of surviving winter, the planning, the problem solving, the cooperation required to find shelter and share warmth, may have been one of the primary drivers of human intelligence. Winter did not just test ancient humans. Winter built them. Every cold night that forced a group of people to cooperate to survive was a night that selected for smarter, more social, more creative humans. The ones who could plan ahead survived. The ones who could not did not pass on their genes. And so with every winter that passed, the human brain grew a little more capable, a little more able to think beyond the present moment, a little more able to imagine a future that did not yet exist. You are not just descended from people who survived winter, you are descended from people who got smarter every time winter came. And somewhere deep in your body, those adaptations are still there. The brown fat waiting to activate, the vasoconstriction ready to fire, the instinct to press close to the people around you when the temperature drops. You do not need to be afraid of the cold. Your body was built for it by 300,000 years of winters that your ancestors survived, every single one.